Yeah.
This is the date fail.
It's the date fails. Cool. Yeah. So, we're going. Hey guys, what's up? This is Date Fails. I'm Kate Quigley. We are back at Raleigh Studios on All Things Comedy, and I'm very excited for my guest today. I've been trying to get you forever.
Oh my God! Finally,
you're so busy.
Finally, we matched on Raya, and that's how she finally got me on the hook.
That is so funny that we're both on this dating app. That's for what do you even? They say it's.
Do your listeners know? Like, have you talked about it?
Raya?
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is I talked about it a little bit, but then it was like I thought it was like Fight Club that you're not supposed to talk about it, or you get like kicked off, right?
I think it's cool. I mean, you're not supposed to tell people who's on it, Dane Cook, but it doesn't matter. Who cares,
But Dane Cook is on every dating app. I've seen Dane on Tinder, Bumble. If you're on Tinder and you're Dane Cook, like that's crazy.
I feel like people wouldn't think he's real. He's like, some guy's got a fake profile fucking around.
I thought that about Terrell Owens when I matched with him on Tinder.
You told me about that, and you guys actually went on some tennis dates?
But they weren't really dates. We hung out, played tennis. By the way, let me introduce my guest just before we go any further. First of all, you're hilarious. Your stand-up is so super funny. Your podcast is so funny. Give a plug to your podcast.
Oh, the Surely You're Joking. I'm part of a co-host of this podcast with a couple really smart scientists, and we interview legit NASA scientists and comedians. Surely You're Joking. It's great.
I love the podcast. It was my favorite podcast I ever did. I had so much fun on it. Yeah. And also he's one of the stars of Silicon Valley on HBO, which you're about to start shooting. You said your fourth season.
Fourth season.
Crazy. And you got a movie coming out, Patriots Day in December. Do you know when?
I think it's 17th and 19th.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's so exciting. I asked him who he's playing. He said an Asian.
Well, he is an Asian person. It's based on real people. I can't just go play other people.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the movie about?
It's about the Boston Marathon bombing. It's all, based on a real event. So it's really serious, and it's not funny at all by any means.
For you, it's like very. Do you do a lot of dramatic acting?
I've done some, but this is definitely like one of the main things I've done, and I'm very, very just honored to be part of this because it's such like a sensitive subject. It only happened like 3 years ago.
It is, very recent.
It's great. The cast is awesome. It's Wahlberg, J.K. Simmons, Michelle Monaghan, Kevin Bacon, and John Goodman.
Amazing.
Like amazing people, and I'm just so lucky that to be part of this because the guy that was involved in this incident, I could relate to his story, and he just. I'm just glad that an Asian person was involved in this incident. That's why I'm in this movie.
That's great, Jimmy. That's great.
Yeah.
Jimmy O Yang, everyone. You got to follow him at Funny Asian Dude. But I love you. I'm so happy that I finally got you in for this. So
it's been what months.
I know.
Texting me. I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry? You're working.
Right. Exactly. But I mean, it's just some people will be like, oh, he's ducking me. He's not.
No, but dude, you're so cool about it every time. You're always like, I swear I want to do it. Ask me again, which is, I can tell when people are just like, I don't want, like I messaged one guy, I won't say who, I messaged an actor that I'm friends with, Dane Cook. And he was like, this was months ago, by the way, this was like 3 months ago. I hit him up. I was just like, hey, would you want to do my podcast sometime? He was like, I'm shooting until January. It was just basically like him being like,
what is he shooting? The next Avatar?
I know. He's definitely not shooting that.
Wow,
I don't think Dane Cook is going to be in the next Avatar. So, but yeah. So you and we matched on Raya. I don't know how you say it.
I think it's Raya.
We should talk about this because I haven't gone much into detail about it. Jonathan Kite, I probably shouldn't, whatever, he talked about it. Jonathan Kite was on here months and months ago, probably 6 months ago.
Funny guy.
Very funny guy. And he was like, I'm on this dating app for, quote, celebrities, whatever. I think it's run by celebrities. I heard Kelly Osbourne is one of the, founders.
I'm out. I'm canceling my membership. I'm out.
You have to be approved. So,
yeah.
So you have to have 2 references and be approved.
I think when I got on like maybe a year ago or something. And then I met my girlfriend right after that. Not on Raya, but on Tinder, actually.
Did you really?
Yeah. And then we went out for 8 months and then we broke up. So I got back on Raya, and then that's when I heard it was really hard to get on, but I was kind of grandfathered in. So you got to be verified. There's like a panel of secret judges.
Who are these judges? I want to know who they are.
Right? And it's connected to your Instagram. So some of them are aren't like necessarily famous people, but
No.
like, you have a lot of, they call it influencers, you know?
But
So you
some
have a
of
lot
them aren't.
followers.
Some of them I can't figure it out. Like there's guys on there. I look at their Instagram. I'm like, who is like?
A lot of DJs, right? For guys.
Oh my God. It's literally all DJs, skaters. Occasionally I will come across like a musician or an actor who I know who they are. But for the most part, it's like 21-year-old DJs and skaters.
Right. They look super douchey. I've looked at it from a female perspective. And from the guy's perspective, it's kind of the same. It's all girls with bikinis. Nothing against you, Kate. But it's like...
My photo, just for the record, is not in a bikini on Raya.
But it's like Instagram models, a lot of model pictures, like modeling pictures, not headshots, things like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's an interesting world. Have you gone on any dates on there?
I have actually. I've gone out with 3 guys.
Oh, I've gone out with 3 girls on there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, let's discuss. Okay. The first one I went out with, actually, I've talked about on this show. I call him Jewelry Guy because I lost jewelry in the relationship. We went out. He's an actor, very successful actor. Went out.
So successful you can't mention his name type?
Yeah. I can't say
A-list?
Yes.
Okay.
Can't say who he is.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, Russell Crowe. So no, this dude, we went out for coffee on the first date. We just got coffee, which actually he ordered my coffee for me, which was a turnoff because he ordered me an almond milk latte, which I didn't
that's
want.
lame.
I know. I get annoyed when guys order for me,
That's so Hollywood.
especially when you. Isn't that so gross?
It's very like patriarchal.
Patriarchal? Yeah.
Very
Yes.
just like, hey, I'm the man. I'm
the
going to
man.
order for you.
I know, and he was really nice and stuff. Actually, when I first met him, because this guy has a reputation for being a douchebag.
Oh, Colin Farrell. Okay.
Colin Farrell. And so I just like went into it. But here's the thing. I know because I come off on social media as being like a girl that like is easy and fucks a lot or like hypersexual or whatever, but I'm not like that at all. I'm really not. So I feel like
I can see why people would get, you know what I mean? Like a lot of bikini pictures, you dancing around. Is that why?
and like I work on the Playboy channel. I host the AVN Awards. I'm friends with porn stars. It's just like people just assume things. So when I didn't want to assume the guy was a douchebag.
Right.
So I tried to go into it with an open mind. But we went out on one date and he spent like $13. And then the next time I went to his place for a party. So he didn't spend anything. And then the third time, I went to his place for a party, but then I ended up staying and we ended up hooking up that night.
Nice.
Well, but so the joke is that your vagina is worth however much a guy spends on you before you bang him. That's what people say.
$13?
Well, actually, then what happened is I wore like $30 worth of jewelry to his house from like Forever 21 jewelry, and I accidentally left it there. So I never saw him again after we hooked up.
Did you subconsciously do that on purpose so you can hit him up again? Hey, got a lot of expensive jewelry from my grandmother's house. Can I get it back, Mr. Farrell?
Actually, it's so funny because I sent him a text that even said, I know it totally seems like I left my shit there on purpose to come get it, but I really didn't, and I just want to come get it back. So I go, can you just give it to your assistant or something? But I never saw him again. So the joke is in that relationship, my vagina was actually worth like negative $17.
Well, but his fame, whoever he is,
It's
it's
worth
kinda
nothing.
It says something.
Not really.
I'll pay $7 to bang a famous person.
See, I have hooked up now with a few, quote, famous people.
How is that? Like, is that like cool? Like, do you feel good about it, or is it just whatever?
I don't feel any like more like cool because I got them or anything like that. Because the truth is, I kind of get off on this is so horrible. I kind of get off on like, if I could treat regular guys the way I treat famous guys, they would all be in love with me because I make the famous guys work harder usually, except for with this one Rhea guy. He's really hot, the Rhea guy.
Is he like a sex symbol, that type of guy?
He's not a quote sex symbol. But
Okay,
like,
just tell me off air. I don't care about your audience. I just want to know.
I
off
will.
Air.
He's not a sex symbol, but he is one of these guys that like a lot of women. He plays like an asshole a lot. So a lot.
Jeremy Piven. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's Jeremy Piven. So yeah, he plays an asshole a lot. So a lot of women want to bang him.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to say is, the guys I've hooked up with who are quote famous, they, in my experience, are not as good in bed as regular guys.
Why is that?
I think because they just don't have to work as hard.
Oh, like they don't try.
They just don't. They don't care. They're like, oh, I'll just bang somebody else tomorrow.
Well, but you would think they bang so many people, they got to be pretty good at it.
Not at all.
Huh.
Because think about it. Like, if you hook up and you're just a regular dude,
Right.
you're gonna work really hard because you want the girl to keep coming back.
True.
These guys, it's like they know they can just go on Rhea and hit up another Instagram model tomorrow. If you're so famous, you're like Terrell Owens. I never hooked up with T.O. But like, if you're that kind of famous, I'm sure you can bang just about anybody.
Yeah.
Maybe not him now because he's like, got nothing.
T.O. or the other guy?
T.O.
Right. Yeah.
What about you? Tell me about your Rhea dates.
That's terrible. It's all three. Well, two of them. No, actually, I went out 3 times. One of them was horrific. It was this girl. She is a costume designer for some pop star, which I have a weakness for. Like somebody that's not an actress, not like in the spotlight,
But in the business.
But in the business and is creative, like an artist.
Yeah.
I get it. I love it. But she's from England, so we're just talking, and then because you match with everyone from Australia, from England, from New York.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
It's actually annoying because everyone I match with lives in like Great Britain or Australia. I feel like they're never here.
But the thing, I guess the point of them doing that is we're on the entertainment business. We all travel and we all end up at different places. So matched with this girl. I took her out. She's first time in America, so she wanted to like go to an American bar. Took her there. She wanted to go to Dave & Buster's. Took her there. But the problem was this girl. She's like maybe early 30s, but she acts like she's like a tween because she runs like a tween publication in Britain, and it's just like so embarrassing. The whole time she's just like Snapchatting. Like when we're at Dave & Buster's, she just like was Snapchatting nonstop and told me to Snapchat her on like the Mario Kart machine. I was like, come on, man.
During the date, she Snapchat.
Yeah, because she wanted to look, hey, how cool I am. This guy took me out an American date, Like,
to Dave & Buster's.
Fucking Christ. Right, to Dave & Buster's. And she didn't, look, I don't expect a woman to pay for anything,
Okay.
But at least attempt to like, be like, hey, no, I got it. Like, I'm not talking about dinner or drinks or anything, but like a Dave & Buster's player's card.
Oh, wait a second. This is interesting to me because I've literally had this same conversation with other guys on here where they're like, so I never know what to do in that scenario because I used to always go for the wallet, like, oh, I'll get some. But
go for it.
But then a lot of guys are like, look, we know it's when you go for the wallet, you're not really going to pay. So then it's just like some guys are like insulted if you try to pay. Like every guy is different.
No, but if you reach for it and that's your test for a guy too. If you reach for it and the guy lets you pay, fuck that guy. You know what I mean? But you reach for it, the guy is, but no, don't worry about it. But I want to see that reach.
Sure. Or at least, like, I always try to do something like, I might not reach for, like, let's say we're at drinks. Let's say we're at drinks. We do drinks. And the guy puts his card down. So, like, his card is there, right? But then I'll go to pay for parking or tip the valet. Like, I'll try to do something small.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what, like a Dave & Buster's player's card. Seriously, those things aren't cheap, dude.
They're not cheap.
And
actually.
halfway through, she was so goddamn busy Snapchatting, she lost her fucking card.
No.
Yeah, man. And I was like, okay, this is over. I almost walked out on the date. I didn't. I just said I should go home.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
How hot was she on a 10 scale?
On a Raya scale or on Tinder scale?
I know. The Riot scale is like, literally all the girls are like models.
It's insane.
It's crazy. I've seen
I never matched with those Instagram models. Maybe I'm not like cool enough. I matched with like some like cool musicians or something, which is nice.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've matched with some good musicians.
I matched with this one musician girl, which I was a fan of. She's not super famous, but she had a #1 hit like a couple years ago. But that was really cool, and I got to know her, and it was awesome. Like, we didn't hook up or anything.
Yeah.
And then it ended up, I was on the road so much, she was on the road so much, I only saw her once. But we text every now and then, and she's super cool and
Sometimes
very
that
talented.
happens on there. I've met a few people on there that we never actually went on a date, but we just started kind of like
Right.
talking or whatever. And then eventually we met by accident, like crossed paths at a party.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. So you almost left the girl. That's so funny.
That was the first time I was just so distraught. It made me evaluate my dating life after that.
Are you serious?
I went through a phase where like I was just going on, because it's really easy to get a date on, like, maybe not Raya, but like, you know, Bumble, Tinder, or whatever. I stopped using Tinder, but just apps.
Yeah.
Easily, you can just set up like 3-4 dates a week.
Is it really?
it's-
Because I never do it. It's easy for you. You could just like get
Oh,
lots
you're
of
a
them.
girl. You probably get like 2,000 matches.
Yeah, that's the truth is I stopped trying to use the apps because it's just exhausting. It's like a full-time job
Exactly.
sorting through all of it.
Absolutely. That's the main thing. Like, it's sorting through and then messaging and keeping up with everything.
Yeah.
You know, and then sometimes if people recognize me from the show, like, I don't get stopped in the street or anything. Like, maybe once a week, somebody, hey, good job.
Yeah.
But it's at a good level, right? But that if somebody recognizes me from the app, it becomes this really weird thing where, like, I don't know if they want to just hang out, you know, because they're a fan of the show, want to know more about the show, or they actually find me attractive or something like that. You know what I mean?
They bring it up. Do people bring it up when you're just texting?
If some people, like, if their first line is Silicon Valley or whatever, I can't talk to them. Like, there's it's just,
Yeah.
that's a bad start.
Yeah, no, you can't. I won't date anyone like this. If someone makes any reference to my stand-up, like I had a guy the other day, I matched with him on Raya. When I match with someone on Raya, I give them my number right away because,
Whoa.
well, because I only have Raya on my iPad because it's not available for Android. Did you know that?
Oh.
Yeah, you can't have it on a Samsung phone.
Peasant phone? I almost stopped talking to you when your text popped up green, Kate.
I love
know?
Android. I love the Google
I can't
phone.
even have you in my cool
Listen.
group texts. Well, you could have made so much more friends.
Is that true?
Yeah,
you
dude.
can't group text me?
Oh, I could, but
can't.
like, it's not as cool.
I'm green. It's fine.
Nah.
You know why I love having a Samsung or any Android phone? Because people don't know when I've read their text. It's so annoying.
No, you can do that with Apple.
You can?
Yeah, read receipts, that's optional.
Oh,
But the bubble is not optional. The bubble is there.
the bubble?
The bubble, as if when you're texting.
Yeah,
the
see,
bubble
I don't
pops up. No, you
want
have
that. I don't want that. I don't need that
I
in
am
my life.
actually, I think subconsciously less inclined to text people back that has a green bubble.
Shut up.
I'm serious.
Why?
It's not. I don't think it pops on my computer. Sometimes on my computer, I'm texting through my computer. Group text. I can't send you cool stickers. You know, a lot of things, man. You got to get with the times. Hollywood. It's all blue.
All right, fine. Maybe I'll get an iPhone, okay? But the point is, I always give people my number right away, okay? Because I don't care. I'll just block them if they're annoying, right? So this guy messages me, and his first message to me is, so I have one ball that's uneven too, so we'll probably get along. Because I do a bit on stage about having like a lazy boob, like one boob that's like different from the other.
Oh.
So this guy, the first thing he says to me is that. So immediately I know that he like Googled me and watched my stand
I don't
up.
think he Googled. He didn't like watch you live somewhere and then saw you.
No, I think, well, he might have, but either way, I don't like to date someone that's already seen my act.
Really?
No, I don't want,
Interesting.
I just feel like it's not fair because you already know so much about me and I know nothing about you and I don't like that.
That's true. That's the problem with like celebrities and stuff. You can just Google their name and know everything about their childhood, who their mother's name was. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's really weird.
That's why I never Google anyone. I have a rule about it, but I think I need to start because the last couple guys I've dated, I found out have had girlfriends or baby mamas or wives. That's my thing. I keep dating guys with girlfriends.
You need to stop dating pro athletes.
Not just not just pro athletes, anybody.
Yeah.
Everybody has somebody. Like right now, how many girls are you dating?
0.
Really?
Yeah.
There's no one.
There's no one. I go on some dates sometimes.
Interesting.
Yeah, my dating life's not very exciting. I mean, it's not that cool, honestly. It's not. I'm on TV, right?
Right.
And it kind of helps in the sense that I can get dates easier.
Yeah.
Most people would just want to hang out, you know? Like back in the day, I had a hard time maybe just finding a date a week, you know what I mean? Or something like that.
Yeah.
But the people that were willing to go on a date with me back in the day, you know, they were kind of down. with me, or thought I was cute, whatever. They were down with me for me.
They were into you.
Yeah. Now it's like you don't know. Are they actually? Do they just want to bang T.J. Miller and they want to talk to me? You know what I mean? I've went on some dates where like it was just weird. Like she's kind of cool, but like she's not really into me. She just want to talk to me. So it becomes like a weird thing where I haven't figured it out. And I don't really go out that much. Like these apps are fucking perfect for my lifestyle because I don't go out to clubs. I don't hang out till like 2 a.m. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So unless it's like a friend of a friend or something, I don't meet that many girls in the wilderness.
It's hard to meet somebody out. It really is.
Yeah. But these apps are kind of fucked too. It's not that cool.
My problem with the app is the small talk. Like, I had a guy the other day. I don't like to message back and forth a lot before we go out. Let's say you and I match on Rhea. Yeah. Let's say we really matched, right?
Yeah.
No more than like 5 texts back and forth before I'll just go, yo, so do you want to like get a drink or something? I just don't want to waste time texting back and forth a bunch with somebody.
Right.
If we meet and there's no chemistry, I'm busy. I don't want to spend a bunch of time texting.
Well, but aren't you too busy to meet also? Like, how many people can you meet a week?
I just feel like it's easier. Well, here's my first date is always just happy hour, 1 drink, 1 hour.
That's nice.
I don't do like, let's go to the beach all day or like, dinner. So I'll go, why don't we meet for happy hour? I have a show that night. I meet you. I have 1 drink with you. I bounce. And then if it's good, then I'll text with you more. Yeah. But I don't like to waste time. I had a guy the other day message me and he was trying to have a conversation. It was 8:00 at night and he wrote, what's the most interesting thing that happened to you today? We've never met. And I didn't answer because I was at a show.
Yeah.
So then the next day I got busy and I forgot to reply. And he sent me a text the next day at 2:00 and he goes, do you normally give your number to guys you're not interested in talking to?
Yeah, dudes get like real defensive, man. That's really lame.
Immediately if you don't answer.
I don't get that. I mean, internet dating is very, like the apps, you can't take any of that seriously.
You really shouldn't.
Yeah, I used to take it kind of seriously, but like now you realize, whatever, like there's another one around the corner. Until you guys meet, it's just whatever.
There's nothing. It's not real.
Yeah.
But I have had it happen too, and this is why I also cut the small talk. Have you ever had I've had almost a whole relationship with guys that we've never hung out. From texting, because it starts out texting, like say they don't live here, starts out texting, then before you know it, it's like flirty texting, maybe you FaceTime, you feel like you're kind of spending time with them, then you start sexting, then you start arguing.
Wait, but how come you guys never meet though? Like, is there a reason?
Because they're not in this state.
Oh.
Like I did this with a guy who lived on the East Coast, and we kept having the intention of getting together at some point, and then finally I realized we were never going to get together,
right?
Which is why I started to get annoyed. Like, are we ever going to really meet up, or is this just you're doing this like because you're bored? Yeah. And then we start fighting about it, and then we basically broke up, and it was like we never met in person. But it was like a whole relationship.
Yeah, I try to not let that happen. That could easily happen, I feel like. Or it's just catfish or not or whatever, right?
Right.
It's just the long distance. There's just so many people here in LA. Why do a long distance?
I'll never do it again. Never.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like for me, I think I just keep going out of town for like months at a time or a month at a time. It's hard to sustain anything.
You're so busy.
Well, now I'm back in town shooting Silicon Valley, so that's at least 6 months I'll be in town.
Yeah.
But after that, who knows, and then, you get some momentum going with a girl, and then you go away, and then she goes away. And then
True.
It's hard to sustain something.
I'm surprised you've never met anyone. Okay, like there's got to be extras on your show that are trying to get with you. Come on.
No, have you seen our show?
Yeah.
Extras? No, it's all nerds.
That's
nerd
true.
extras.
That's true.
I was shooting this film in Atlanta, and there was a lot of hot extras. It was like a college movie.
Okay.
So there's a lot of really cute girls. But the thing is, I don't want to look like a dick just like going up, you know what I mean? Like talking to an extra. And that movie was like mainly like a female cast.
Yeah.
So I'll look like a real scumbag,
Yeah.
I try to, I went out with one of the girls' stand-ins. She was really cute. That's more reasonable.
Yeah, a stand-in's different though because
Instead of
she's
like
on
an-
set a lot. You
An
can talk to her.
extra, you feel like you're taking advantage of her, and you just look like a dick. I feel like when an extra, you got to tell the PA to be like, hey, I think she's really cute, which is still a creepy move.
That's
anyway.
so creepy. But this just shows that you're a nice guy because I've been on so many sets where one of the stars of the show will just like pull some extra. I mean, you heard about it all the time on like Entourage.
Wait, what? Right. I'm not at that level where I can just bang an extra in my trailer.
You
know
think
what I mean?
that, but you probably could.
I wouldn't want to bang that extra that want to bang me. She would. In my trailer, I mean, come on, man. I'm like number 9 on the call sheet.
Like it's the size of a porta potty.
Yeah,
I don't
seriously.
think this is how it should go down.
Yeah.
Dude, where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
Hong Kong,
Really?
originally, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't?
No, when did you move to the States?
When I was 13.
Get out of
We
here.
didn't talk about this on Raya?
No.
We didn't.
We didn't really talk much on Raya.
Wait, okay, but by the way, what's the rule of seeing somebody you know on Raya?
I always
Or
match
Bumble.
with them on purpose just because I feel like it's. Do you know how many times people have messaged me and gone, "Hey, I swiped right on you on blah blah," and you didn't.
Really? I mostly swipe left.
You do?
Because, like, if you swipe left and say your picture passes, you swipe right on me and it doesn't match, it doesn't mean
feel
that
like-
I didn't swipe right. It just means
You
that.
didn't see it yet or something.
Exactly. So you
Yeah.
don't know that.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. If it's a friend like you, Matt Rife,
Yeah.
I'll match with just
Right.
because like, oh shit, Matt doesn't give a fuck. So, but if it's someone like a Dane Cook, I don't want to date and I don't know him as well and I don't
Yeah,
want to give
yeah.
him the wrong idea,
Yeah.
then I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I've come across so many. I mean, pretty much every comic I know who's like moderately successful is on there. I've come across so many.
Oh, yeah.
On all the apps, though. I come across them on all the apps.
Really?
Yeah. But you and I matched, but we didn't really talk on there. Then I just text you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the move, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to cancel my Raya. It's $8 a month.
Oh, is it? I think I paid $6 if you pay for the full year.
Oh, really?
You get a little discount. So I'm stuck. I can't cancel it until next year.
Oh, maybe I should have paid for a year. It's such a waste. I never go on date.
I haven't gone on. I mean, how long have you been using it?
I've been using for about, I don't know, 6 months.
Yeah, and you gone on 3 dates. It's not worth it.
It's not.
And
it's
you
not.
you get what, like 15 people a day or something, and then you run it on matches. Maybe for girls it's different, but for us,
No, it's the same. And then you swipe through like 15 people, and then it goes like, we want to keep this community small.
yeah,
So,
that's right.
Yeah, we're committed to fostering a small community. I'm like, really, are you? Right? Every Instagram model I know is on here.
Yeah. I feel like the downfall for me is I'm not famous enough to be like on Raya. I'm just famous enough to get on, so I'm not famous enough to be the cool guy on Raya. But if I'm on Bumble, I'm like the cool guy on Bumble. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then do girls on Bumble know? Do you have photos on your dating profiles of like you on set or like your IMDb page?
No,
Like, what do you put on
no.
there?
Maybe like me wearing a suit
On a red carpet.
on like a step and repeat or something.
Okay.
Which is, I happen to look okay in that picture. You know what I mean? Like it's not.
I get it. Yeah, I get that. Well, I feel like it's funny when I swipe through guys, and I'm sure it's different for me because I work as quote talent. But if I come across anyone that looks like an actor, I don't swipe. Like if they have a headshot or anything, I don't swipe on them on purpose.
Interesting.
But I can't date actors because they're too good at acting.
True.
You know, I can't tell when they're being real and when they're just trying to get in my pants.
But aren't most guys kind of good enough at that? You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess, and I'm also pretty dumb. Like, what are you? I mean, I am. Like, it's not dumb. I'm very. No matter how many times it happens to me that I am a hopeless romantic, and when a guy seems like he's really into me and says the right things, like I was dating a guy who was like, we hadn't hooked up yet, okay, and I told him, I go, look, I want to fuck you, but the thing is, I like you. And so if I hook up with you, it's going to mean something to me. I'm going to have feelings about it. It's not just
Right.
going to be like a casual hookup. And I just don't know if it's a good idea.
Right.
Because I don't know if that's what you're looking for, you know? And he was like, you deserve someone who gets you and really wants to be with you and respects you. And he's like, I totally respect that, and I don't want to do anything
Oh, wow.
that's going to come between us.
And then in the middle of the sentence, you start sucking him up.
Yeah, in the middle of the sentence, I was like, oh my God. Yeah, okay, never mind. Forget everything I said. Let's fuck.
Yeah.
And then I fucked him, and then it turned out it was all bullshit. He just wanted to fuck.
Oh my God, what a move.
Yes.
Oh, that guy's good. Oh, shit, that guy's good.
That's a point, is that I'm stupid because that'll happen over and over and over. And in the moment, I always believe the words. I want to believe the actions, but I don't. I believe the words.
So you're also saying that for somebody you really, really like, you hold off
longer
on fucking them, right?
Yeah.
But for somebody you just kind of like, whatever, you know, you actually, you know, think about having sex with him just because you think maybe he's attractive or something.
Yes. Like, the less I like you, the easier it is for me to have sex with you. I'm so broken.
No, I think that's most girls. That makes sense.
Yeah.
How do I become less likable?
Well, here's the thing. If you are, I hate to say this, but the thing is, women, what we want is this. Like, it's not about fame. People are like, Kate, you always, like, people think I always want to hook up with, like, quote, famous guys or athletes or whatever. That's not what it's about. Women want what's hard to get, just like men. And for us, it's like, I dated a guy who on the first date told me he's not a girlfriend guy. He's like, I don't do girlfriends. I'm not a relationship guy. I just like to date and have fun. And if you're not cool with that, you know, we probably shouldn't hang out. And I was like, no, I'm totally cool with that. But in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, I want to be the one to like
turn him.
And then you know what happened? I was. After like we dated for like a month, he was like, you know what? I can't believe I'm saying this, but like I don't really think I would like it if you dated other people. Like I only want to date you. And the entire time we were together, I'm positive he was cheating on me. But in my mind, I was like, oh my God, but I got the one, like I changed him. Like I made him into a girlfriend guy. And so I tried so hard to hang on to that guy, even though I think that was even a line. I think that was just his move.
The whole thing was like a move, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, these guys got some moves, man.
I'm giving you all the moves.
I want to be like, I'm gay. I don't fuck chicks, dude. You know? And I only fuck fat chicks, dude. You know? You're hot. I'm not gonna fuck you.
Do you do anything like that? Like, do you have any game at all?
I would think I do, but my mind doesn't let me do it. Like how I'm not letting myself talk to the extras.
Yeah, you're nice.
I just don't think I want to be a scumbag.
Yep.
But I can't. My governor is too good.
It's just like I want to be like the girl. Like my friend Jen is such a bitch to guys, and they all love her. And she's like, Kate, if you just, that's what I was saying. Like the guys that are famous, I really do treat them like the famous actor guy. I called him out on his shit immediately, and that's why I never saw him again. Like I call famous guys out on their bullshit because I feel like, oh, you think just because you're famous you can act like this, so I call them out. I don't call out regular guys like that because I'm just nice. I'm too nice. I need to start being a bitch. I need to start being like that. It's not being a bitch, but like I wish I could be the girl too that just fucks whoever I want. Like if I meet a hot guy and I want to fuck him.
Just fuck him.
But I can't because in my back of my mind, I'm like, but it's supposed to mean something. And like, I should make him wait. And there's all these stupid rules in my head.
Yeah. Well, I mean, is it also biological? Do you actually catch feeling after that? It's not just the rules necessarily. It's actually some chemical reaction, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's what they say. You know, for me, I catch feelings when I cuddle. It's not the sex, it's the cuddling. That's why I don't cuddle.
For reals?
Yeah. I don't cuddle guys I don't like.
Weird.
There's a guy. Here's the other thing. If a guy doesn't pay for me, I'll never catch feelings. It's crazy.
Wait, what?
Okay. Let's say we go out on a date. Let's say we go out.
Yeah.
As friends, me and you, we are friends. Let's say we go out for a drink tonight, okay? And you don't pay. Okay. I pay for myself, you pay for yourself. Then we end up hooking up just because we're drunk and we end up hooking up.
Okay.
In my mind, we're not dating because you didn't pay for me, so I won't catch feelings. It's really crazy. As long as I keep it platonic that way, so every time we hang out, I pay for myself, somehow you're still in the friend zone, even if I fuck you.
Right, so it's a mental thing.
Yeah.
Not really a biological thing for you.
It's mental.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Because when a guy pays for you, you can't help but kind of feel like, oh, he's like kind of taking care of me. And
so I shouldn't pay for shit, is what you're saying.
I mean, I'm not saying if there's a girl you like and you want to date, you should pay for her because it's a major turn on when a guy pays for you.
On or off?
on. It's a turn on.
Right,
It's a
right,
good
right,
turn
right,
on.
right.
Even if it's something cheap or even if it's something small. Like I once had a guy buy me a gift at a Walgreens. Like we just stopped to get like gum or something, and he bought
Like
me
condoms? You call condoms gifts
Yes.
now? Is that 2016? Jesus Christ.
You read my mind. No, he bought me a pillow pet.
A pillow bed?
A pillow pet.
Oh, pillow pet.
He
That's
bought
cute.
me a pillow pet at a Walgreens.
That's not necessarily from Walgreens.
No, but it happened to be out of Walgreens, and he was just like,
that's nice.
"That's cute. You should have that." And he bought it for me, and it instantly made me like really into him. Instantly, it was like, "Oh, that's so sweet."
But into him for the long haul.
I wanted to date him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you're out with a girl that
Yeah.
you want to bang, but you don't want her to think you guys are ever gonna have a future,
Yeah.
don't pay for her.
Right. See, I'm not good at that. I'm good at like the girl. I'm good with nice girls. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but like girls that I want to date or like whatever. Like,
Yeah.
but like just chicks that I want to bang. Horrible at that.
Well, are you trying to have her? What are you trying to do?
I,
How long have you been single?
broke up my last girlfriend like maybe 4 months ago.
Oh, so not that long.
Not that long. Look, man, I would like to find somebody that I'm super into that, date for the long term.
Yeah.
But I got to make sure I'm like actually super into her. That's the problem with this last girl. She was super nice, super cool. I can see myself even having some kind of future with her, but I'm just not that into her.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like if it's same personality, same way worked, but I was just super into that person, it would have worked out. You know what I mean?
Do you mean you weren't like super into her? Like, was the sex not quite there, a chemistry thing, or there was just something?
It was everything. I think she was just like a good companion, good friend, but there was
Yeah.
never like that spark, that passion
So
necessarily.
hard.
You know what I mean? So I don't know, like the hooking up, when you're on the road, even when you're in LA on the apps and stuff. After a while, like as you're doing it, it's cool. It's like, oh man, last night, I had sex with 2 girls, like it's this hot, that hot, whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's fun for those moments, but for the times in between, you're just laying in your bed, hungover, sleeping by yourself and watching that. It's kind of, it's empty.
Especially, does this time of year make you? Because I wonder if girls around the holiday season when the weather starts to get cold. I texted a guy that I haven't hooked up with in 2 years and was like, what's up? What are you up to? We should get together. Like, I start going back through every guy just because I'm like, there's something about this time of year that makes me nostalgic, maybe a little lonely.
Right. It gets darker earlier.
Yeah.
Right? It gets colder. You don't leave the house as much.
That's it. Do guys feel that way?
I mean, we just want to fuck all the time. Doesn't matter the season.
Right.
We're not very seasonal.
Right. So you don't have like the winter ones and twos?
Maybe. I think that the getting dark definitely affects me.
It does.
Yeah. I mean, that affects everyone, right?
I think
Seasonal
so.
depression and things like that. I'm not saying I'm depressed, but, seasonal depression is a thing.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, although it's 90 degrees out here today in LA. It's
Right.
November.
I mean, regardless, I don't ever leave the house, so.
I get it.
Yeah.
Well, have you had any like awful dates that was just like the worst thing?
I've been fairly lucky, I think. Not awful. Like that girl I told you about. That was about as bad as it got. Most of the awful dates is kind of brought upon by myself.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, it's like I just like really want to get laid and I end up going on a bunch of dates with girls that I won't like. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But then it's like in the back of my mind, I'm still trying to treat him like really nicely. Just because that's who I am. Like I can't.
You're such a nice guy.
I just can't like be an asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could if I really hate the girl, but she's done nothing wrong, so like whatever.
What's your type? I want to hook you up with someone. You're such a good guy.
I like kind of artistic, kind of more like artistically talented people. You know what I mean? And
creative.
Yeah, creative, and I'm definitely like a more cute than hot type of person.
Okay.
You know
all
what I mean?
right.
You got somebody in mind?
Just cute.
No,
Anything
not like
else?
particularly.
White, black, Asian, Mexican.
I prefer white girls or Asian and white mix is
good.
Is it good?
A mix is
You know
good.
anybody like that?
Okay, I'm thinking. I'm gonna.
That's
rack
my
brain.
weakness.
Mixed girls?
Asian, particularly Asian and white.
Asian and white?
Black girls have a thing for me, but I like black girls. I'm no problem, but it's just not necessarily my preference. There's this whole thing. It's called BWAM, Black Women for Asian Men.
Shut up.
Swear to fucking God, Google it. Like, there's like meetup groups and shit.
They love Asian men.
It's like a thing. I don't know why, but it's a thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm on Soul Swipe.
What's that?
It's a black dating app.
Really? Yeah. What's your preference? You like black athlete dudes?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I like all kinds of guys. I've dated black, I've dated Asian, I've dated white. I do like athletes, but that's just because I'm athletic and I like guys that are, I'm really attracted to guys that are in shape, but not too big, like, super duper cut, like steroid ripped
Not
is
like
gross
muscle
to me.
heads, yeah.
Yeah, but the only thing I'm not attracted to is blonde guys. They look too
Really?
much like my brother.
Right, that's how I
Yeah.
am. I'm not too attracted to Asian girls.
Right.
Unless they look really different from
Same.
my
Yeah.
family members.
But I don't know, man. I like guys that are funny.
Mm-hmm.
I really like guys that are funny and smart, but not as smart as me. Like
Oh,
you'd be a
really?
little too smart for me.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. I need guys that I can manipulate and control. And if they're too smart, I can't.
Interesting. Really?
No, I'm just kidding. I like a guy to challenge me though. I like guys that call me out on my shit.
Yeah.
Because a lot of guys don't. I get a lot of ass kissers.
Your ex-boyfriend was Asian, right?
One, two.
What?
Well,
Two.
I
Ooh.
dated two Asians, but one I was a boyfriend. Yeah.
Yeah. With me dating, right? Asian, it's becoming a normal thing now, even in like Hollywood acting or like anything, dating. Asians is still kind of novelty to a lot of girls, especially the girls that grew up in the middle of America.
Yeah.
They haven't met any Asian people or something like that.
Really?
So dating an Asian, it's kind of like a step for them. You know what I mean? So for me, like, it's way easier to tell if a girl will be into me or not if she has either previously dated Asians, she's into Asian stuff like anime or something like that, or if she listens to like K-pop. I'm like fucking her that night. You know what I
Shut
mean?
up.
I swear to God, it's a thing. It's they gotta be like predisposed to Asians. Then it's just like shooting fish in a
That's
barrel
it.
for me.
Dude, I liked my Asian boyfriend, the one I dated for a year, was hot.
Was he
He was Chinese.
Chinese?
Yeah, he was
Boom.
Chinese, 100%. Although it's funny because people always thought he was mixed. Like he looked like he could have a little white somewhere in
Okay.
there. But super hot, tall, ripped. He was like a model. He's like a hot
really?
Asian model guy. Yeah.
Nice.
He was really hot. The other one, not as hot, but super duper funny.
I mean,
He wasn't
You don't have
he
to be
wasn't
that
Chinese.
honest. I mean, I know I'm not the hottest guy, Kate. You know.
But amazing in the sack and
Amazing.
huge dick, Jimmy O Yang.
Huge cock.
At Funny Asian Cock. Huge funny Asian
Nothing funny about my cock though. Funny Asian dude. Hashtag huge cock.
Oh my
two
God.
different
Let me
things.
ask you this. Would you ever date a stripper?
I worked at a strip club for
What?
like 3 months.
As what?
As a DJ.
You were not.
Yeah, in San Diego, a really seedy strip club. I never banged any of the girls there because
You didn't?
It was. I don't want to say the place.
No.
But it's like really like shady, like biker gang. Like the fucking doorman, his name was Monster. He was in the Aryan Brotherhood, like shit like that.
Oh my God.
Really gangster shit, man. I didn't bang any strippers. First of all, I was too scared, and second of all, it's like a really low-grade strip club. It's not like a Cheetah's with like 100 hot-ass women.
Right.
No, it's just like gross people working there.
I can't believe the door guy was in the Aryan Nation. Were you afraid?
No, they loved me because the owner fucking loved me, treated me like a son. Like because that was the job I quit to come back up to LA to do stand up and all that because I saw how dark of a road that was.
Wow.
And then the owner would call me every now and then. He'd be like, "Hey Jimmy, everything all right in LA?" I'm like, "Yeah, everything's cool." He's like, "You need anything?" I'm like, "No, I'm okay." He's like, "Okay, just checking," and then he hangs up.
Shut
It's
up.
like, yeah, super gangster.
Is that the shittiest job you ever had?
No, it's fun. I think I wouldn't. It was fine. I had fun.
Yeah.
I was like 22.
I mean, you're working at a strip club, so that's
right.
fine.
Shittiest job. I didn't like a finance internship I had. Like those square jobs. Like at least this was kind of gangster. I can go home, brag to my friends about it. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like,
for sure.
And I was just hanging out with. It's interesting people. Although broken
Strippers
they are.
are really,
I would
really
date a
fun,
stripper.
great people.
Are you trying to say you got a stripper friend?
Oh, I was just curious. I might, maybe.
I wouldn't. I mean, I would be smart enough to not like fall in love and like be like a long term. But I would go bang a stripper.
Oh, well.
You know what I mean? Like.
Oh, really? You would? What a giver. You're so charitable, Jimmy.
I know, right? I'm a nice guy.
I would bang a stripper.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
No, I mean I would casually date a stripper. Does that make sense? But I can't take a stripper back to my parents.
Can you casually date more than one girl at a time?
I don't usually, but you could.
Well, I know you could. I was curious if you could.
If I could. If me mentally I could.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I really don't care about them, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I dated a Hooters girl.
You did?
That's something. Yeah.
When was that?
When I used to work at Hooters.
You worked at Hooters?
I ran a comedy club on a second floor Hooters.
Wait,
Remember?
here, the one in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
That was started by me and some friends.
I didn't know you worked at the Hooters.
Well, I was running the club. Like I was there every night. That was before whoever took over now. It was like an every night thing.
It was pretty good.
It was okay.
I went there I think I went up there twice, and there was always people.
It was just kind of crapshoot because like it's like free tickets for people on the street, and then the Hooters girls don't want to be waitresses, you know, at a comedy club.
No, well, yeah, and the lighting was not good.
A lot of issues, but we had fun.
Yeah,
there.
It was a good time. It was a good time. Damn. Well, what? Anything else you want to plug before I get you? You, by the way, you're such an amazing guest, and I want to hook you up. I want to set you up on a date with someone. Maybe a couple people. Because you're a really sweet guy, and I just feel like, wait, what about a white girl? I might have someone.
I told you, yeah, I'm down.
All right. I'm going to work this out. I'm going to set you up on a date with someone, and I'm going to make you come back in and talk about it. Jimmy, what else you want to plug? Anything else you want to plug? You got any shows coming up?
Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, I'm headlining the Hollywood Improv on the 19th of November, so that's coming up in 2 weeks. So come by to that. Go to jimmycomedy.com. That's my website. You can find tickets, all the social media stuff on there, and Funny Asian Dude. It's my Twitter, Instagram, and yeah.
You're amazing. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, Jimmy O Yang, make sure you follow him. Follow me at Kate Q Funny, and of course, follow All Things Comedy. And we'll see you next time on Date Fails. Bye. Thanks, Bill.